Hi friends, my name's Adrienne Amari and I'm a tarot reader. I'm also a tarot deck collector and I thought why not share my collection with you all by doing some tarot deck reviews. So for my very first review, I've decided to do the Tarotbot tarot deck. This is a really cool one. It's robots and tarot, so really what more could you ask for? I love sci-fi, robots, aliens, post-apocalyptic stuff, so this deck was definitely right up my alley. Now this was made by Michael Murdoch. It launched as a Kickstarter campaign back in March of 2021. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to back the Kickstarter campaign, but it was 350% funded, so that's pretty amazing. The deck is now available in Michael's Etsy shop, so I'll put the link in the description below, just in case this is one that you want to pick up as well. This is a 78 card deck and it comes with 16 bonus cards that are different archetypes. So you can see up here, it has a nice hard box, top box there. It's not magnetic or anything, it just opens. There's nothing in it, so it's actually hard to open, but yes, you can see that it would just slide open there. Now I actually bought the damaged box copy, so you can see my box has a couple of dents there, but this wasn't a no-go for me. It helped me save a little bit of money. The deck is $50 US, and then I think it was like $28 shipping in Canadian to Canada, so the damaged box copy saved me like $20 Canadian, so that was a big help. Now this is the deck itself, so standard tarot deck size. You can see this is my hand, this is the deck. Not too crazy there. The cardstock is nice. It's 350 GSM. The colors are beautiful on this deck. They're really vibrant. This is the back, which is just kind of the pattern. It can be easily used for reversals. It has a gloss coat finish, and there's black sides here, which really matches the whole theme of the deck too. Now the only downside that I had was like with these black edges, if you use it for a long period of time, and I did use it on a TikTok live for about 2 hours a few weeks ago, it does make your fingertips black, like as if you had been handling newspaper for a while. So that was the only downside, but it really easily washed off. So at the end of the day, not a crisis. Then we have the guidebook here. Now the guidebook is fully illustrated for the major arcana, and the minor arcana is just keywords, as are the bonus cards, just keywords here to tell you what they all mean. It does include upright and reversal meanings, and I actually really like some of the descriptions of the major arcana because it's kind of like poetry. So I chose 3 of the cards that I really like the descriptions for, so I can share them with you. So the 3 cards that I chose, I'm just going to move these guys out of the way here. We'll get those off. There we are. So the 3 cards I chose were the Empress here, the Empress, Justice, and the Tower. So we're going to take a look at those 3. Got my guidebook here, and they, like I said, they do have the upright and reversed meaning. Now for the Empress, I'm going to share the upright meaning because I thought this one was beautiful, and it really embodies that Empress kind of soul, nurturing, beauty sort of feeling. So here we go. I'm on the Emperor. Now here we are on the Empress. All right, here we really go. Your feminine side will be the forefront of this path. Others will look at you with envy of your stunning looks and unique charm. Any harm done upon another can be easily soothed with a simple touch by your hand. Knowledge, beauty, and a nurturing heart will never be absent in your presence, for you have an eternal soul. How beautiful. And I've never heard the Empress described as like the eternal soul, and when I read that I was like, oh man, that's a great way to describe the Empress card. I love it. So next we're going to look at Justice. Now I'm going to read both the upright and reverse meanings for this. They're short and I really liked both. So the upright meaning for Justice is: fair be the system for who was chosen, truth be the reason for happiness not sorrow. The choices made are a permanent scar. For a choice of good or bad, good shall prevail victorious. And I loved the permanent scar. I just like that. I really like that phrase with Justice, because that's what it is, right? It's that consequence of our actions that we do have to carry with us. So permanent scar, really cool way to describe it. I also like the card itself here. I love his giant sword, and he still has the scales, which very Justice-like, right? And the reversed poem or meaning of this card is: truth is fate, said thee. Choose to hide or tell the truth. To hide is to lead a life of guilt and vigilance. To tell is to lead a life of respect and trust. So I thought that was a really cool way for Justice. And last but not least, the Tower. Now with the Tower card, I really liked the reversed meaning. So that's the one I'm going to share. And for the Tower, we have relief thyself, relief thy mind. Reassure thy heart, reassure thy soul. Embrace the change in heart. A valuable change, a change of thought. Do not resist, for it is a gift. Reassured to you, a lesson of fate. And that is so much what that Tower embodies. It's that shaking of the foundation. And when the reverse position, we don't want that change. We're really hesitating. We're kind of hoping it doesn't come. And it's like, look, sometimes we need that reassurance and to kind of let go and, unblock ourselves from experiencing it. So I liked that approach too. So that was the Empress, Justice, and the Tower cards. So what I thought was really cool about this deck is it is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, as you can totally see. So if you are new to tarot or if you're a veteran, either way, it's really easy to transition to this deck because the cards really take a lot of the imagery from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So I chose a few cards to compare, one from the Major Arcana and one for each suit. So first is Judgment here. There we go. We have Judgment with our angel and our naked people in the boat. And in the Tarotbot tarot deck, we have Judgment, which is like the big head in the sky, the robot head in the sky with the book, and our robots below in the graveyard there. So that awakening, that aha moment, that moment of atonement, of judgment, of seeing if we're going to repeat those same mistakes from the past, right? Then we have the Ten of Wands, that burden, that overwhelm. And I always like this one in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because you can really feel it from this card, right? He's just trying to get to the end there and he's pushing so hard. Now in the Tarotbot deck, same idea. What I liked about this one is the robot is like so stocky and well built. Like you think that he would be like a working robot, right? Working hard but still struggling to carry all those wands. Then we have the Two of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards of the tarot, and the Tarotbot version. And this one just mimics this card so well. So we still have like the lion with the wings, there we go. We have the Two Cups, we have like the intertwining, this one has like the robot snakes, and we have our two lovers on either side. Now of course the Two of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith version, shows a more lush landscape in the background, but the robot version is definitely more post-apocalyptic. So it's a little more barren, but we do get a tree over there. So that does show like that growth, right? That growth and nurturing. Then we have the Nine of Swords, our nightmare card, anxiety, having a difficult time sleeping, our thoughts and our fears just keep bubbling up. And you can see here they're awake in bed at night holding their face, and same with the robot, they're kind of covering their ears there. And it did make me think, like, what would be a nightmare for a robot? So I was trying to think, I wonder what like anxieties and nightmares this robot is having. So whatever your theories are, let me know in the comments because I'd be curious to see. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and in the Tarotbot deck it is the Eight of Coins, which that's fine, neither here nor there. Now of course this is about hard work, mastery, working on our skills, and I feel like it's the same thing here. We have him tinkering away. He has like the little eyepiece, so you can see that he's like really in tune with what he's doing and creating and fixing and building. And what I also like about the Suit of Coins in general is that they use cogs or gears for that, because I guess like robots wouldn't need much for money, right? So the gears are amazing. Like what a good representation of that. So those are some of the comparisons. And again, whether you're new to tarot or you've been reading for a long time, this is a really easy transition because it mimics so much of that original imagery that we're used to. So that's some comparisons there. So what I'm going to do now is I'll show you a flip through of all of the cards and just take a look and see which ones you like, and if you have any thoughts on them, feel free to share. 16 extra archetype cards of the Tarotbot. Now what I thought I would do to kind of use the cards so you can see them in action is we would do a pick a pile reading. So I actually chose 3 different archetypes, so choose the one where you want some insight on. So first up is the Kraken, and the Kraken is about new adventure, hope on the horizon, excitement. So if you're looking for that in your life, choose the Kraken. Then we have the Witch, so if you want to develop more knowledge, insight, or intuition, she's the one to follow. And the third one is the Drowning Man. So if you're in a place where you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, a sense of panic or dread, and you want some advice on how to kind of pull yourself out from there, then the Drowning Man is for you. So I'm going to choose the cards as you kind of take a look at the 3 archetypes here and choose the one that you feel called towards. So we're going to start with the Kraken. So we have 1, go, 2, always makes me think of Release the Kraken. I forget what movies that's from, but that's what I think of. Don't know why. Because I guess that's the only time I've actually heard the word Kraken used on any kind of like regular basis. 2. Okay, we're pulling cards for the Witch now. There we go. And then last is the Drowning Man. And I know on my lives recently, a lot of people have been feeling that drowning energy, that trappedness, that sense of panic and anguish a little bit, right? So I know a lot of that's been going around. So we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay, nope. You know what? I don't like that one. I like this one here. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've chosen all the cards. I'm just going to clean up a little bit here. So I'm going to put the Witch and the Drowning Man piles just to the side for now. Okay, and we'll start with the Kraken. So here are the Kraken cards. And we have the Chariot, the 4 of Cups, and the World. All right, so if you're looking for that new adventure, that excitement, that hope on the horizon, first up is the Chariot, and the Chariot tells us that we really have to dig into our own inner willpower and strength and kind of force ourselves out of our current comfort zone so that we can have that new adventure, right? So the Chariot is about making that choice. It's the choice of taking action or of staying where you are and kind of just doing what you're doing, right? And if we're looking for this new adventure here, we really want to get up and be like, I choose adventure. I choose to start moving. This is the path I'm going to go towards. So pull yourself out, get yourself out of that funk if you're feeling one, so that you can make yourself move towards that. Then next we have the 4 of Cups, which shows it could be a struggle to get ourselves up and going because of this 4 of Cups. We're feeling a little bit bored, apathetic. Maybe nothing is really igniting that spark. So we're not feeling excited about anything. And maybe that's why we're so much craving that adventure in the Kraken card here, right? Because we're like, things are kind of boring. I don't know what I want to do. Nothing really is going on. And while the 4 of Cups is like, you know what? Yes, we have to kind of process those emotions, go through it. We need to pull ourselves up using the Chariot card and taking that opportunity when it arises. Because a lot of the times we allow ourselves to get into that state of funk or blues, and then we don't take action on it because we convince ourselves not to. And in the Chariot, it is so much about the choice of actually doing it, right? Of taking the action to go forth and make sure that we're kind of just going with it. Then we have the World card, which I always love. So the World is like, look, if it's the new adventure and excitement we're looking for, it's coming, but there's a few loose ends that we need to tie up so that we can go back to this cycle again. Because I feel like a lot of the Kraken too, with that excitement, can be like the Fool card. We're taking that leap of faith. We're setting out towards a new horizon, something different, right? So the World card here is like, look, we need to pull ourselves up. It's okay to process things, but see the opportunities that are available to us. And when we see that spark, make sure that we are tying up those loose ends so that we can feel free to chase that new adventure. I keep saying adventure, but it keeps coming out. But chase that newness and chase whatever it is that we're feeling called towards doing, right? So whatever loose ends you're hanging on to, it's time to snip, snip, cut them off, finish them up there, because the world can be about endings and completion so that we can start a new cycle, but it's also about getting out into the world. And I think that we are feeling kind of stuck here in the Four of Cups because we're allowing ourselves to stay inside ourselves, even emotionally more than anything, right? But stay inside ourselves instead of going out and experiencing the world. So time to get up and get moving if you're looking for some new adventure in your life. Don't let yourself hold yourself back, because you have the choice. Take the opportunity when it arises. Tie up loose ends so you don't feel like you're leaving anything behind, but it's time to go out into the world. That's what we have with the Kraken. All right, so we'll clean those guys up. And next up was the Witch pile. All right, so if you chose the Witch, this one's for you. So here's our Witch card. And again, the Witch was if you're hoping to gain some more knowledge, insight, work on your intuition, what message we have here for you. We have the King of Wands, the Ace of Coins, and the Seven of Coins. All right, I kind of love this. So with the King of Wands, it tells us that if it's knowledge you're seeking, if this is a passion that you're finding or an ambition that you have within yourself to develop your intuition, to seek more knowledge, the King of Wands is like, hello, get up and go for it. Nothing holds this King of Wands back, right? He is confident. He is powerful. He's a leader. He's ambitious. And he goes for what he really feels called towards. So the King of Wands is like, hey, if this is what you're seeking, why are you sitting around doing nothing about it? Let's get up and start moving. Now the King of Wands is very action oriented, but it's making sure that we're taking inspired action and have a plan. He's not just running down the road and being like, hey, let's see what happens, right? He has an end plan in sight, and he is following those steps to get there. So make sure that you're not just, running around the field lost, that you have a clear direction. Like, I'm gonna start with this book, or I'm going to practice my intuition by doing ABC every day, or whatever it is. Just make sure that there's some kind of plan there. Now with the Ace of Coins, we start moving, we start working on this, and we see all these new possibilities available to us, opportunities, doors that start opening, because now we're taking action. We are telling the universe, this is what I'm going for. This is my ambition. I am chasing it. And the Ace of Coins is like, this is amazing. Love that you're doing this. Here are new doors, opportunities, possibilities opening to you. Now with the Ace of Coins, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket, right? We're planting different seeds from time to time. So don't be afraid to kind of try different methods in getting the end results that you want and not get tunnel vision on one thing. Now the Ace of Coins is like, look, there's lots of success to be here. You have a good thing going here. There's still ways to go and things to learn along your journey, but don't hold yourself back because you feel like you don't have it all figured out. So the King of Wands is definitely like, yes, we need a plan, but the Ace of Coins is like, yeah, we need a plan, but if you don't have every minute step figured out quite yet, that's okay. You can learn and shift as you go. Then we have the Seven of Coins, which is like, look, there's lots of success. You're going to get rewards, results from whatever efforts that you're putting in. So if it's that knowledge that you're seeking, if it's that insight you want, if it's that intuition you want to build and really hone, the Seven of Coins is like, we're going to get there. You're going to see results. You're going to see rewards, but it's going to take some time, right? So if you think that doing one or two things and then wake up the next day and be like, yay, I know it all, like it's not going to happen that way, right? We have to take step by step. We have to work through each thing. We have to overcome our obstacles. And the Seven of Coins is like, it's going to take a bit of time and you have to be patient. So keep working, keep investing, keep taking steps forward, but be patient and know that results aren't going to appear magically overnight. You have to put the work and the effort into it, which is reiterated here in the Ace of Coins. And of course, the King of Wands didn't get where he is without actually putting some effort forward, right? So definitely there's a lot of work to do, but there's no reason that you can't be successful here. There's nothing blocking you except for you not taking action. So if this is what you're kind of working on here, Seven of Coins is that reminder, be patient, keep going. And if you find yourself getting frustrated because you're like, things aren't happening fast enough for me, shift your focus just a little bit. Shift your focus to something else for a short time and then go back to it. Because sometimes when we get that tunnel vision, it's really hard to get the rewards, the results that we want because that's all we're focused on. So don't be afraid to shift your focus every now and then, or maybe try a new approach when you start to feel frustrated so that you can get a really well-rounded learning experience, intuition developing experience, whatever it is, so that you can really hone that skill. And with that Seven of Coins, you won't feel like things are moving so slowly because like that focus shift is like that watch pot never boils, right? So if we look over here for a little bit, oh, come back and it's boiling. So that's what we have going on here in the witch. So we'll clean those guys up. So that was for you if you're looking for some insight, intuition development, knowledge seeking. And then we have the drowning man as our last one here. So if this is what you're feeling right now, things are rough, you want to pull yourself out, you're feeling really overwhelmed, a bit of panic going on, maybe some anxiety, this is what we have for you. So we have the Six of Coins, we have the Page of Coins, oh, and the Queen of Cups. So the Six of Coins is really about our relationship of giving and receiving. So what are we putting out into the world and where are we asking for help? Now because we have the drowning man and we have those feelings of panic and overwhelm, the Six of Coins is like, look, yes, sometimes we have to be generous with our time, our money, our effort, whatever. Sometimes we also need to get a helping hand. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it in whatever way that makes sense for you. So whether it's just you want to talk to someone and you just need someone to listen, ask for that. If your finances are really struggling and there is someone who will help you with that, ask. If you're looking for a job, ask. No one knows you need help unless you tell them, right? So if you really are struggling and you really do need that help, find someone who will listen and ask them for the help that you need, and know that it doesn't make you bad, it doesn't make you a failure, it doesn't make you anything negative asking for help, because when you get back up on your feet, when you start feeling better, you can pay that forward, you can pay that back in other ways, right? So don't look at it as if like I'm taking everything. If I ask for this help, I'm not a good person, or I'm like relying on other people too much. Sometimes we need that. So ask for the help when you need it. Now the Page of Coins is like, okay, look, we're going to ask for that helping hand. They'll help pull us up. And there's like a fresh start that we can get here. More that we need to learn still on our journey. And I think with this Page of Coins, it's like we're really learning about why we're feeling this anxiety, this overwhelm, this drowning feeling. So keep learning on ways to deal with that. The Page of Coins is new start, fresh opportunities coming to you, kind of like that breath of fresh air where you're like, okay, I get to start again, I'm back on stable ground. But it is also about seeking more knowledge. So I feel like in this case, because we have this overwhelm and anxiety, the Page of Coins is encouraging us to learn how we can move past it and learn how we can cope with it. What are different things we can do to cope with these situations when they come up? Also, like kind of learning what it's like to ask for help and putting ourselves in that position so that we can make ourselves better and be maybe more willing or more forthcoming to others with help, right? Because it's like, well, this person really helped me. What they did for me was so great. I want to take that experience, put it in me, and I want to be the one in the giving position next, right? So learning from where we've been, basically. Then with the Queen of Cups, we really want to make sure we're honing our emotions here. So I feel like a lot of the overwhelm that we're feeling in this drowning man, the Queen of Cups is like, look, we got to get these emotions under control, right? And sometimes we need help to do that. Sometimes we need a fresh start to do that. We need to see the new possibilities before us so that we can get to that place where we don't feel the emotional toxicity, right? But the Queen of Cups is the one who is in control of her emotions. She's a nurturer too. Like, she takes care of herself. She allows herself time to heal, and she doesn't allow her emotions to get the better of her. So we really want to get those feelings under control in a way where we can work with them and they're not working against us, kind of letting them flow through us, feeling what we need to, but releasing them so they don't get stuck and all jammed here with the drowning man and take over us, right? So with this Queen of Cups, again, make sure you're really working on that. And also trusting yourself. A lot of the time we feel like we're drowning because we tell ourselves things that aren't true. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our intuition, the signs that we're receiving. And the Queen of Cups is like, look, we have to trust ourselves here too, right? Trust that you can get through it. Trust that you can control your emotions and funnel them into something that's a little bit more productive and creative. So kind of like we're nurturing ourselves by taking that emotional energy and putting it into something else that we can give back to the world. It can be a cycle too, because you never know, like whatever you're channeling, whatever emotions you're channeling, whatever you're putting them into, it is opening that new door, that new start that we can get with the Page of Cups, seeing new things available to us, Page of Coins, I'm sorry, seeing new things available to us, and like something tactile here too. The Page of Cups can be about like actually doing something physical, and with the Queen of Cups and that expression, if it's art, if it's writing, if it's like, it's just getting that expressive, creative stuff out, those emotions out through you, so they're not getting bottled and bottlenecked, I guess, in your body there. So, that was a long one. But that's what we have with our drowning man. So that overwhelm, we want to make sure we're asking for the help we need. We're seeing new things that we can do, new ways we can learn and kind of progress forward, and ways we can channel those emotions into something creative so we're not feeling that overwhelm and that stress, because we have a good outlet for them where things can kind of flow for us, right? So that's what we have there with the drowning man. So let me know in the comments which pile you chose. I'd be really curious to hear. And once again, that was the Tarotbot tarot deck. I will put the links for this one below if you're interested in picking it up. Beautiful deck to work with, really easy deck to work with. As you can see, the archetype cards are really interesting afterwards, and you saw them at the end of the flip through there. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for updates, and you can always buy a reading with me at adrianamari.com. So there we have it. That was my first tarot deck review, and I have so many more decks that I want to share with you all, so we'll follow a similar format where we kind of go through the deck, and then at the end there's always a reading, because I feel like working with the deck gives you a really good idea of how everything flows together. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did enjoy sharing it with you, and until next time, have a great rest of your day. Bye!